Hey, babe, this is Monroe Bishop. Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook to download as well as a 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/tea with Monroe. Thank you, babes.
97.9 The Box. This is DJ Eric, one part of the Big Throw and Eric show. Right now, you're tuned in to Tea with Monroe. Ooh, sex, love, scandal, harassment. Oh, you're getting the tea right now. Tea with Monroe podcast. You're officially tuned in.
Hey, this is Monroe Bishop.
And this is Larry White.
And welcome back to Tea with Monroe, the podcast. Anyway, welcome back to the podcast, everybody. So glad you can join us. What's happening, honey?
Not much.
Do you have anything more to tell everybody this week? What's going on with you? New developments and anything enlightening that's happened that has blessed your life, has aggravated your life? Anything?
Yes, I got a new album in the mail today.
Did you say album?
Yes.
What album? I'm confused.
Nothing, no.
I don't get it. Tell what?
You get it.
What you mean you got a new album in the mail today? I gotta think about that. That went over my head. That's not funny.
I'll show you.
Anyway, so the hottest thing in my life, and I mentioned it last week, is my blonde hair. I have been getting so many compliments, so many DMs in my inboxes, just telling me how beautiful I look and how this is just gorgeous, how it just wraps my face and just,
Yeah, I get those DMs when I shave.
which is not very often. Anyway, so several people asked me who did my hair, and it's Sharena.
Mm-hmm.
Sharena Scott?
Yes, Sharena Scott.
I would definitely...
Sharena Power Scott.
Yes, and if you're in Houston, Texas, she's over into Vintage Park area. I will have her deets down in the notes. That way you can get in touch with her if you want a good cut. I mean, she does everything. She does colors. You can see cut natural hair. I have natural hair, so she's really good with that. She does weave, perm hair, you name it, she does it. She's very, very good, and I just love what she's done in my hair. Since I had the heart attack and wasn't feeling too good, my hair kind of took on a life of its own and wasn't doing me right, was doing me dirty. So I had to have somebody just give life back to it, and she did that for me. So Sharena, shout out, thank you, girl. And so I give out her information in the show notes. So last week we talked about monogamy, and I got a lot of feedback on that. Did you have anything to add, just based on what we left with when we left off with monogamy, where we were, how you felt about it, any new developments, any changes of heart?
Since you're gonna allow me to have another wife, let's see.
She better come correct. Okay.
I'm just saying.
He's serious too. Could you?
No.
Seriously, tell the truth. I'm not gonna get mad. We cannot hold anything against each other on the podcast, like in therapy. If we say it here, this is a safe place. Mm-hmm. So if you feel like you want another wife, just go ahead and say that. We'll talk about that. I'm not gonna get mad.
Well, since you said that, I don't want two crazy wives. Don't need it.
Well, actually, it will be one because I'm not crazy.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Okay.
I don't need one crazy wife getting crazier because of the other wife. No, thank you.
I personally think, even though I would not do it, I think that I could actually have a second wife in the house.
Yeah, I know.
I could use the help.
You can use the help, but it ain't gonna be no help to me.
Yes, it would, because you was fussing about the clothes on the bed. I'm not folding.
I would not be able to use the help. So
just think about, you would never do without of anything, eating, sex.
Well, like I said, I know where to use the help. So,
you lying. Anyway, monogamy is a personal choice, and definitely check out that episode last week, episode 58. It was a very good episode, and people have different opinions about it, whether they choose to be monogamous or non-monogamous. I definitely think if you are a non-monogamous individual, that's something you definitely should share with the person that you're with. And I'm serious because people think they're in monogamous relationships, but the person they're with are in a non-monogamous relationship. And that's not fair.
Yeah, it's called cheating.
Exactly. Yeah. Why are you moving my wine?
Because I don't want it by me.
Oh, you tempted?
I'm scared I'm going to waste it.
Oh, yeah, he is pretty clumsy. Yeah. Anyway, so that's that. So this week we are going to delve into pornography. And I'm trying to think why I chose pornography. I can't remember, but I definitely thought it was a good relationship topic to discuss because something in my group. No, you know what? Let me back up before I even get on my topic, which is pornography. Last week I put in a group about Topic Tuesday, and I did get several requests, and we're going to go ahead and just real quick just go over some of the things that some of the members in the group posted. If you're not part of my podcast group on Facebook, it is Tea with Monroe the podcast. It is a private, secret, sacred group that you would have to reach out to me for me to add you to the group. And that's because we talk about some real adult-like stuff, and we get very immature as well. So, yeah, I've been in Facebook jail more times than you can count. Anyway, so Grace was like, let's talk about damaging rumors, how damaging rumors are to one's lifestyle. You know, she's been dealing with some things lately, and just real quick, rumors, go.
What about them?
How they damage people's lifestyle.
Well, rumors, there's a commandment for that. So I'm gonna just say,
What's the commandment?
What is it?
Thou shalt not spread rumors.
No, it's something about. I can't think of what are the commandments in my head right now. I can't think of them.
Let me look it up. While you're talking about it, I'll look it up.
But yeah, you just don't want to do that. It's not good to talk down somebody's name, and that's a way of doing it. I think rumors is damaging. It causes get people killed. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, I think rumors are definitely, especially if you don't know that the rumor is true, and you're actually spreading stuff about someone that could potentially gossiping about people that you could potentially cause harm in their life or cause them to do harm in someone else's life. I mean, let me tell you something. When I was in school, I was bullied relentlessly, and there were so many rumors going around about me. I mean, just horrible things that were said, and it did affect me all the way into my adulthood. And I just think that it's a very mean-spirited thing to do, and I think a person who spreads rumors, especially untrue rumors, they're not good people.
I had rumors about me too, but they were all good.
Mine's one. I mean, it ruined my reputation. I mean, here I am. I'm 48, and I can tell you right now, I could count on my hand the friends that I truly were friends with in middle school. I don't have any good memories. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was because, different things were said about me, and I'm just like, I didn't bother nobody.
Kids are cruel, though.
They are cruel, and adults can be cruel as well.
Yeah.
And I just think, you need to think twice about spreading things about people that are not true, or even if they are true, especially us women talking about each other. I mean, we are women, and you may not like the next woman, but you should remember that you are a woman, and you don't want to put something out there that you wouldn't want put out about yourself. I just think it's just crap. I think I lost my space. But anyway, stop spreading rumors. Shoot.
Look at all these rumors.
Spreading all these. Oh yeah, what is that song? Spreading all these rumors. Calling me every day.
Culture. What's the name of the group? I forgot. But anyway,
get away now. Okay, Grace came through again. Let's talk about social media bullies. I just can't stand these keyboard bullies. You talk the most trash through the internet, through your keyboard, through social media, but when you come time to come face to face, you have very little to say. I don't know what to say about social media bullies other than they're cowards. You got something to say, you got an issue with me, and it's a genuine issue we need to confront and talk about. Let's meet and talk about it. We grown,
Let me say this. I can give a rat's a rip about somebody saying something on Facebook
That's easy for you to say because you don't get attacked on Facebook.
I have been attacked on Facebook, but I don't care.
Oh, that's right.
All the time we get attacked on Facebook,
Right.
but I really don't care. I just, this person is not paying a bill. This person is not benefiting me in any sort of way. This is not a client. This is not a customer. This is not really a friend for as I'm concerned.
True.
You know what I mean?
Facebook friends are not always real friends.
And so I don't really care. I mean, they bring nothing to my life.
Yeah, but you know, social media is so prevalent now, and we get so emotionally wrapped up where it's actually
we don't.
Okay, maybe you don't, but a lot of
Okay,
people
well.
do, where it is dictating their lives. I mean, they actually live. I mean, people get upset for being unfriended, for yeah. I mean, it's serious out here. So when you are a social media bully, it's crucial. I mean, we need to have some emojis where you can throw blows through emojis, because nobody has really come for me. I don't really bother with anybody, but if you come for me, what she said. Anyway, stop bullying, folks. Stop bullying. If anybody's bullying Grace or giving Grace a hard time, definitely stop it. I mean, yeah, that's I think it goes hand in hand with rumors. I think it's just insensitive and it's very immature to do that. So Grace did say something else. I'm gonna save this particular topic for probably a podcast topic, because a segment, a podcast episode, because she's talking about health issues and chronic illnesses that affect certain people, and I definitely have some personal health issues that I deal with on a regular basis, and so I'm going to save that one for actually a topic, so we're going to skip that one. And we got Derek Williams here. I hope this is a joke, but he said, can we talk about the different ways we prepare shrimp?
Well, Derek wants you to fix some good gumbo.
Okay, there's gumbo. That's one. What's another way to prepare shrimp?
See, Duck is asking. That's Duck. So Duck is asking that for.
Oh, that's his nickname, Duck?
Yes.
Okay, hey, Duck.
Yeah, he wants to know
different ways to prepare shrimp,
because he want to put in his gumbo.
Listen, Duck, there are several ways to prepare shrimp. There is gumbo, like Larry said.
That's that Rushwood click.
You can boil it. You can steam it. I've never baked shrimp, but I'm assuming that you could bake it. There's scampi shrimp. There's slap your mama shrimp.
No. Stop. You don't need to do this. This is a replay. Go watch the movie as far as Gump.
Why?
He would tell you all about shrimp.
Would you say shrimp?
Shrimp.
He said shrimp.
Go ask Bubba.
Bubba.
Go ask Bubba.
I'm gonna go look at that, because I vaguely remember him talking about that. But did he give you different ways to cook it?
Different ways of making shrimp.
All right, Doug, go watch Forrest Gump. We ain't got time for this. Okay, here go Crumbling. What's Crumbling's real name? I can't. Tony? I don't know. Anyway, he said, let's talk about cheaters and why cheaters get mad when cheated on. And you know, again, you have to be in the group
because they in a
monogamous relationship. Watch the podcast, Crumbling. Watch the podcast. Listen to the podcast, Crumbling, and you can watch it too on YouTube. Okay. And his biggest thing in the group is, and when I say cheaters, I'm saying women, because men don't cheat. He is adamant that men do not cheat. I don't know what his philosophy is behind that, but I
agree.
Shut up.
I agree. No, seriously, it's a philosophy to it.
What is the philosophy?
The philosophy is that men don't cheat because they aren't the. No, just kidding.
he couldn't even come up with nothing. Because you know that's straight bullshit. Y'all are the leaders, the predecessors. Y'all
are the virtual ones.
And y'all are the cheaters.
We are not virtual.
Men are the ones that has families across town.
Y'all are virtual. We are not. So
virtual or virtuous?
Yes, that's it. Virtuous. So yeah, you know I can't.
We're virtual. Okay.
Yes.
Anyway, Crumbly, listen to the monogamous episode. Honestly, I think we need to do a podcast on cheaters, because this is a very relevant topic that a lot of people bring up in the group. It's many facets to it. It's so much to cheating. So yeah, we need to do a podcast on that. But I think I covered everybody. So if you have a topic you would like for us to discuss, email me at twithmonroe.com and we will definitely address it. We'll either answer it here or we'll do a podcast on. And I'm also thinking about probably doing a YouTube video when I get these topics that come up. That way we could save our podcast time for the actual podcast, unless it's the actual talking. Anyway, pornography. What is, I want to ask you, what was your first experience with pornography, if you have any?
Can't remember.
You know what mine was?
What?
Benny Hill.
That,
to me,
that wasn't pornography.
It was.
We all watched Benny Hill.
But it was, but guess what? It came on 11 o'clock at night. It did in Florida. And our parents.
Is it Benny Hill or Benny Hinn?
I thought it was Benny Hill.
It's Benny Hill. Benny Hinn is a preacher or something. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Benny Hill,
Yeah,
Hill.
yeah.
Benny Hill would come on, and I would actually, because I didn't have a TV in my room, I would actually wait till my mom go to sleep. Well, close the door because they go to their room a certain time, and I would sneak up, go into the living room, turn the TV on.
I watched it right there in front of my mama.
Oh, your mama let you watch Benny Hill?
My
That
mama,
is so inappropriate.
My mama had a different philosophy at the time, and when we was growing up, it was when she watching it. If she's watching it, we watching it. She didn't really.
But there's certain things you just don't watch with your kids, and I remember
that wasn't pornography.
But to me, it was because guess what? Because it had
that was her philosophy.
It had nudity in it. They didn't show nudity on TV back then.
Let me say this: they didn't. Okay, you're right. They didn't show nudity, but I watched rated R. We had cable back then. I watched rated R.
Not when Benny Hill was out. You did not.
We did have cable. We had
What
cable.
year was that? Let me look it up because
know.
I think when Benny Hill was out, we were still
We
using
had
rabbit
cable.
ears. You know what? You always make it seem like y'all life was so much ahead of everybody else's. Jeez.
I'm telling
Ivy
you.
did not have cable when everybody else had rabbit ears. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, but hey, my mama.
She did it, huh?
We had cable when it first came out. What was that, 81? We had cable in 81.
The cable come out in 81?
I don't know.
Because I know when cable did come out, my mom did have cable.
Wait a minute. Let me think here. My first cable experience.
Well, he died in 1992.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Cable came out. That's what you need to look up. Cable. When cable come out? When it. I brushed my teeth to that song.
Benny Hill was from 1937 to 1992. So I guess it did cross it was a British show. Yeah. So it did cross over the 80s. But again, in my mind, as a young, innocent young lady, it was something that I was not supposed to be watching. So in my mind, that was my first experience with pornography. And then when I got older, and don't act like nobody didn't do it. Sorry, Mom, I'm going to throw you out there. Just, you know how you go and you sneak in your mom's room and you get the video, the VCR cassette tape, thinking you finna watch a rated R movie.
Got a little more R than what you thought.
Yes, with a couple of extra letters, X, X, and X. So I'm just like, what in the world am I watching? And as a kid, I became obsessed with it. I'm not gonna lie, I was obsessed with porn. I was constantly trying to figure, and it's not the kind of porn that's out. You know what? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do me like that. Because we done had conversations. Don't do me like that.
Okay, I won't have that conversation with you right now.
But seriously, just think about it. Even though you claim you didn't watch porn, don't watch porn, have never watched porn.
I didn't say that.
But just think about this. The porn that we used to see long time ago is so vastly different than the porn that's out now.
That stuff was bad back in the day. I'm sorry.
Well, it was bad because we wasn't exposed to sex like that.
We probably thought it was worse than what it is.
But just thinking about it, just know, I just feel like it was a lot. It's a lot worse now. It's more facets to porn.
Yeah, I think it's more commercialized now.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, they did some gross stuff back then.
They do some gross stuff now.
Yeah, I think so.
So we got softcore porn, we got hardcore porn.
I think softcore porn is the stuff that be on
HBO.
Yeah, that's come on TV.
Well, you see them going through the motions, but you never really see no entering.
You don't even know if it's real or not.
Oh, right. They could have on tape or something, some little underwear they're covering it.
I don't know.
Anyway, we got softcore, hardcore, abusive, and illegal porn, and it's getting to the point now in
What is
society.
illegal porn?
Of course, child pornography.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that's not even porn. That should be like.
Well, it is. It's because they do harm children and have them doing things that are inappropriate. So, what my point I'm trying to make with all of these are considered. They're kind of lumped together, where we like to believe it or not, and porn is considered actually the gateway to other things, because now pornography is so prevalent that people are becoming addicted to it, and it's becoming a way of people functioning sexually or cannot function sexually without porn. What do you think about that?
If a person can't perform sexually without porn, if they're watching probably too much porn, I would say they're getting more their rocks off watching porn. But I guess porn could be used in different ways. I heard of couples watching porn together.
Well, how much porn? Let's just talk about the addiction aspect of it. How much porn is too much porn?
To where you can't stop watching.
Where you so desensitized to it, where you
Right.
can't
It's
have
just like-
you can't have a healthy relationship
It's
with
the
another
same-
person because of the porn addiction.
It's the same thing as too much alcohol, too
No,
much
it's
weed,
not.
too much anything.
No, okay. In certain aspect, it's an addiction, just like those, but it's different because food and sex are part of our everyday lives. And if you get addicted to those, it is hard to overcome those issues. Like with marijuana or heroin, you can actually you don't say, well, we're gonna just do a little bit of heroin today, just not to. You don't need heroin. Heroin you can
But
go
you
through,
need food.
but you need food and you need sex. So you can't tell.
No, you don't need sex. But I got what you're saying.
You know what people? Okay, but yeah, you absolutely do need sex. Sex is part of the hierarchy.
Well, you need it when you may put like this.
It's a part of your everyday.
You may crave it. But you can live without it. Is what I'm saying. You can't live without
let's just
food.
think about
That's
just think about the normal person in our everyday lives. We eat, we sleep, we breathe, we have relationships with people. Sex is a part of that. So a person who is addicted to sex, it's not as easy for them to overcome that, because you can't say sustain from sex and because it's something that your body craves. It's different than being addicted to a drug.
But you can live without it.
Some people do, monks. Some people do live without sex.
You're saying it as if you gotta have it or you would die.
Can you live without sex?
If I have to, I would have to. If I was stuck on this darn earth
but
by
we're
myself,
not. But we're not though.
If I have to,
we're in an over sexualized society. How realistic is it in Western culture for us not
that
to?
Ain't what that ain't what you're saying. I'm saying you said that's one of the hierarchies. I agree, but which are the top hierarchies that you have to live?
Okay, I'm not talking about live. I'm just saying that sex is a part of our natural being as humans. It's a part of our. I
agree.
It's a part of us.
Yeah,
it's something. I mean, we got body parts. I mean, I have a clitoris. You have a penis. I mean, we want to have sex.
Yes.
Yeah, I just have to know. Disclaimer: sex talks makes him uncomfortable.
No, it don't. It makes him uncomfortable on a mic. Up on broadcasting up on the
But
world.
we're not talking about anything derogatory. We're talking about people who are addicted to pornography, and it's not the same as being addicted to a drug that you actually do not need to sustain to live. Sex is a part of our life.
Okay, so I agree. Next.
Don't do me that way.
I agree. I do agree. I agree.
Oh my
gosh. We need sex. We're gonna do this right afterwards. We're gonna go.
I think sex is very unhealthy. I mean, it's not sex, but pornography can be very unhealthy, and you can get addicted to it. So you definitely. I don't have all the answers. I'm not a doctor, so
I think pornography can be. Well, we're taught that it is bad for you. We're taught that. We're taught that it's not. Yeah, it's not supposed to not be good for you. It's supposed to be unhealthy. It's supposed to be sinful. It's supposed to be. It's a lot of things that's wrong with it. But I do think it could be something therapeutic in a way of it could depends on what has happened to somebody, you know, and it could be damaging too. You never know what has happened to somebody, but I think anything too much is bad, and I think you know, us in America are very like uptight as far as sex. You know, even I'm a perfect.
You think so? I think
I'm
we're
a
more sexualized than ever. I mean, everything,
We are
music,
more
everything is about sex.
We are more sexualized.
They even have children having sex, teenagers having sex on TV shows now. And so
I understand that we are more, but they've been doing that in Europe since the 90s.
I'm talking about us
80s.
over here.
Well,
you know, Europe is a little bit more progressive than we are.
Well, you proved my point. My point was, I think here in America, we are more uptight about sex than other parts of the, you know, of other countries. You know,
we were.
European nations, they are not. They don't care. You know, it's not. They have their. They can be given the news nude. They have that out there. So you know.
Oh yeah, I did see a news.
It's
a segment where they were naked doing the weather report and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's for the ratings. They want ratings, so that's what they do.
Oh my God, what would I do if I seen my news guy or my news lady just butt naked giving me the weather?
You wouldn't be looking at the news. You'd be like, ooh.
I'm like, okay, well, it's raining somewhere.
It's gonna be cold. You better put some clothes on. Put some clothes on.
You mentioned a few minutes ago about couples watching porn. What is your opinion on that?
I don't think that's bad. I think that could be all right. They may need something to get the juices flowing, or it may be that they are just, you know.
I think it could be really good.
Better for them to do it and watch it together than them not.
Right. I think it'd be really good as in terms of enhancing an already healthy sex life.
Right.
Or it can go really bad if you lose sight of the goal of watching a porn in a sex life that is not that healthy. And it could be very dangerous, because I know for me personally, if I felt like someone that I was with needed to watch porn in order to be with me, I would feel some type of way, because to me porn is unrealistic.
Right.
It's a fantasy, it's not real, and it's an unrealistic expectation for anyone who watches porn to put on their partner, because we don't necessarily perform those extravagant acts in our everyday sex life. So I think it just depends on where you are and what your goal is.
I think they will need counseling for that situation right there. If they can't, if they have to do all that, they need some counseling.
Do all what? Need porn to get the relationship, get the sex. Well, I mean, let's again, it just depends, because we watch porn. Let's be honest.
They need sex. I don't know what you're talking about. They need a sex counsel or something.
But we don't need it.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
To
anyway,
jumpstart anything.
I don't know.
It's just like we just like watching it.
I don't know who he is. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not an avid porn watcher, but I have watched porn. I will watch porn.
You were addicted, weren't you?
I'm not addicted to porn.
You was.
You think so?
You said it.
I did not say that. Did I tell you that?
You just said it on the mic.
I said I was addicted. I said I'm not an avid watcher of porn.
When I was a kid.
Oh, when I was a kid, because I didn't understand.
Addicted.
Oh my God, that's not the same thing. Shut the hell up. Oh my gosh. Fast forward to 20 years later. Okay, how about that?
20.
Okay, how many years? You know what? He just trying to pick up, because he don't want to talk about pornography, so he's just trying to deflect right now. But I'm not gonna let him catch me. When I was younger, I was a kid addicted, where I just wanted to watch it because it was new to me. I didn't understand it.
You were trying to figure out what are they doing?
What are they doing? And it made my body respond in different ways that I didn't understand, because I had not had that talk with anybody. Right. So when I say addicted, that's what I mean. But now, as an adult, I've never been addicted. I've watched porn occasionally in my previous marriage and in this marriage. I've watched porn.
Who did you watch this with? What is this? What are you saying? What are you trying to tell me?
I watch porn, baby, and I need it. Goodness. And I need it to get on you. No, I'm just playing. But but seriously.
Yes.
Outside of him, let him be delusional and be behind his box and afraid to talk. I do like porn. I don't like it to the extent where I need it to be sexually gratified by my husband, but I like it. Sometimes, you up late and you just like, oh, baby, let's watch a video or whatever, and just
where you been?
And just enhance that already freak need. That freak. You know what I'm saying? Just get it on 10. Just get it going. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just gonna put it out there. I personally like certain types of porn. I don't like all porn, because some of that porn, when you go into these stores, oh my gosh,
stores.
Let's talk about fetishes.
Okay.
Since you so scared to talk about
what's up with the fetishes.
Fetishes, like you have porn for people who like to boo boo on each other, pee on each other. Swallowing, I would not watch a swallow porn. Some things that I don't watch any of this type of porn.
That's all porn.
They swallow?
No, you're right.
I don't think so. With all that gushing, that's just nasty. Anal porn, I don't watch. Well, that's like, because I do like gay porn, whether it's male gay or female gay. My preference is female gay porn. I really like it because I think women are more.
I don't like no porn.
I think women are more in tune with other women's bodies.
I have no idea what she's talking about.
And so I like the fact that
and the show ain't visualized gay porn.
I get aroused with them pleasing each other. Let's just keep it real. He can play games all he wants. Just stop it.
I watch gay porn.
No, you don't.
Okay then. Clarify. I want you to make sure that.
But you don't watch porn.
No, I don't watch porn.
Y'all look at his face. Look at that camera. To everybody in that camera. Where the Bible at? Can I pull out the Bible?
You can pull out the Bible.
You gonna put your hand on the Bible?
For what?
To put your right hand on the Bible.
And for what?
To say that you don't watch porn. That you don't like porn.
I can touch the Bible and say I don't watch porn. What's wrong with that?
That is blasphemy.
No, it isn't. I'm not swearing. I'm not.
Well, you need to swear.
Yeah, swearing is a sin. I don't sin like that.
There are two types of people that watch porn. Those who watch it and those who lie about it.
I don't watch porn.
And I'm sitting by somebody. What is the problem?
I don't know what you're talking about. Next subject.
The whole entire subject is about pornography.
What next porn subject?
I can't believe that you acting like this. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me go to my notes. We talked about the addiction. We talked about the fantasy of it. Experience, communication. How should couples communicate if, for instance, I like porn and I want to introduce you to porn? How would you suggest that the communication go for me to introduce or for people to introduce porn to somebody's life that's not used to it?
Hey, I got something I want you to get addicted to.
Be serious now.
I want to show you something that you could. Okay, all right. To introduce somebody to something that can destroy their life. Let me think about it.
Oh, Lord.
Well, I'm just saying. All right, so I would say you shouldn't have to introduce nobody to nothing, because if you just showed it to them, they're gonna automatically.
No, because there are people who are not porn watchers, who've never been exposed to porn. So, like, say for instance, if I didn't watch porn and it was not something that I was used to, never involved in porn, toys, or anything, and you as my husband, it's something that you enjoyed and you wanted to bring into our relationship.
Well, that could be anything.
How could you approach me knowing that it could possibly make me feel? Because the first thing I'm gonna say is, listen. The first thing I'm gonna say is, am I not enough? Do I not turn you on? Why would you need this?
Okay. That could be anything. That could be somebody trying to bring another person.
We're not talking about that though.
That could be.
You want to bring another person to the bed?
No, I'm just saying. That's the last show we just did.
I didn't say nothing about bringing other people to the bed.
Another wife.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah. So polygamy.
I gotta keep you on track. I'm
drinking wine. I'm trying to keep you on track. Okay. What is the community? Let's be serious about this now, because there are couples, we may not have had that issue, but there are couples out there who have that issue, who want their partner to watch porn and be a part of their sex life. But how do you introduce that?
Let me think about this.
Don't think too hard.
So how do you introduce? Well, I think first you got to start with a conversation and make sure that the person that you're talking to feels comfortable and relaxed, and that it's a non-offensive situation going on. Laughing, talking, smiling. And maybe you can just say something like, hey, honey, I got a new album in the mail today. And then you go from there.
I'm going to be serious about this. I think, communication is so important in all facets of your relationship. And I definitely think if one partner wants to introduce something new, kinky, different, freaky, whatever, into the relationship, you definitely have to be sensitive and be careful, because it can make another person feel as if there's something wrong with them, and that's not your intent. You just want to enhance what's already good. And even if you have issues in your sex life and you think that porn or whatever it is you decide to do will enhance it, you just need to have an open conversation and just make it clear that this is what your intention is, and that this, porn has been a part of my life here and there throughout, the tenure of my life, and it makes me feel this type of way. So if it makes me feel this type of way, maybe it can make you feel this type of way, and we get together and just
be addicts together
and just coexist in all this love. You know what I'm saying? And all this love making, which I don't believe in love making, but I'm just saying that for the podcast because I don't want to get into that conversation with him. But just enhance what we already got good going on. Because in relationships, it does get...
I think that, I don't think that's necessary, something that you need to do.
It's personal. It's a personal preference.
I'm going to put it like this. There's women that get offended.
It's men too.
If you watch porn, period. Let's just be real.
That's true.
There's women that get offended. They think it's disgusting, and they don't agree with it at all. So I'm not gonna tell nobody to just what you just said. That can be.
I don't think people think it's this. Well, some people do think it's disgusting, but I don't think that's the key thing. I think women feel it makes us feel probably a little bit insecure about ourselves, because when you see those women doing all those things, and we're like, if this is what he want, I can't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? It makes us feel intimidated about some stuff.
I don't think it's that. Some people just find it offensive. They don't think it's something that they want to watch another person.
Okay, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the couple.
I'm talking about the couple that you just said trying to introduce it to somebody.
So now you're saying that,
and it could be somebody that don't go that route. They could be a
person.
So okay,
let's talk about that
in a religious perspective that says, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to watch that.
Okay, so now where do we go from here? You've brought it to my, this is a hypothetical situation. You brought it to my attention. I'm offended. I'm religious. I'm this, that, and the third. So how do we go from here? Because in the back of my mind, I'm thinking now, I can't trust him because he watches porn and he needs this in order to be with me. So I'm having all these emotions. So where do we go from here?
Where did it come that he needs it to be with this person? They've probably been together.
But okay, so my conversation is, I'm trying to help somebody who wants to introduce it into a relationship. You threw in
That's
another.
Not helping
you
them.
Threw in.
That is not helping them.
Okay, can we?
Do you understand? I mean, you are speaking like it is.
I'm talking about a specific situation. I'm not talking about all situations. It's a specific scenario where a husband and or wife wants to say, hey, honey, I want to introduce porn into what we already got going on.
Okay. All right. I just told you earlier what to do.
You're fighting me because
I'm assuming that. Okay. I see you serious about introducing this to you. I want to introduce.
I'm trying to help somebody.
Okay.
Because people do deal with this stuff with one spouse.
She's trying to help. So I'm trying to help you get.
What the fuck? What are we here for? We're trying to help somebody.
Wait a minute. She wants to help you watch this porn. So I'm just trying to get you. I'm trying to get you on this porn tip. So let me get this porn tip out to you. Okay. So what you do is you flip through the channels. Or you stick it in, stick to this, or turn on the internet and just say, oh, look at this craziness. Do you see this? What is this woman doing? oh my goodness, you see this? And that's how you introduce it to them. You just like you being shocked and awe.
Oh, it's the shock.
Wow, look at this.
Oh, so it's like you shocking them into, oh,
yeah.
honey, what's this?
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
okay.
yes.
Oh, what they doing?
Exactly.
Oh, God.
That's how you do
great.
it. That's how you do it.
You know, I never thought about that.
That's how
I
you
never
do
thought
it.
about that.
See?
That the shock factor. I never thought about that.
Shock
It's
and
like
awe.
you going through the channels like, oh, baby, what's that? You
Yeah.
know, kind of like when you looking at girls' booties and I catch you and you be like, oh, don't you like her boobs? Kind of like that.
No, that's not shocking at all.
Because you know you really looking at her
No,
butt.
I'm looking at their boots. I like their boots. I'm trying to imagine how their boots will look on you
Yeah, okay.
if they wearing boots. And if they wearing high heels or some tennis shoes. If I like their tennis shoes, I like their tennis shoes. Yeah,
He be looking mighty hard at them boots, y'all.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But that is the shock factor. I never thought about that, but that definitely could work. It's like the element of surprise. You come across something, it's unintentional, and it comes across as you introducing it to both of you. And you both kind of like, and then that way you can get a feel of how the other person feels about it. They may say, whether it's him or her, say, turn that nasty mess, or, oh, let's watch it. How they do that? That's interesting. And you both get to watch it.
You'd probably be shocked what she watch or what she likes. You never know.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
you know,
true.
been watching her since she was a kid.
So the porn industry, I don't know a lot about, but I do know in doing my research for this podcast that one of the biggest things that was talked about was the fact of free porn and not free porn, and that when you take advantage of free porn, that you are actually robbing people of
stealing all their money for taking their clothes off in front of a camera.
Yes,
it's almost like downloading a music album or a CD.
Yeah,
they're taking their artistic skills away from them.
Yes, true.
Yes, yeah. I agree.
Porn. Now I don't know a lot about Pornhub, but I do know Pornhub have some free elements to it.
Yes, they do. I heard about that.
Anyway. But they say that, do the right thing. If you are interested in porn, certain types of porn, go to the legitimate porn site and get a subscription and pay.
Who is going to pay for that?
I'm just trying to do the right thing by the industry, because I know I would never be a porn star, but if I would definitely not want somebody downloading and selling bootlegging my stuff.
People nowadays are videoing themselves and putting it out there.
And that's free. That's legitimate free porn.
And then they downloaded this stuff like this. What's this site called?
Pornhub?
Yes, that's like.
Oh, is that what Pornhub does?
Some of it.
So it's like real people
and
real.
Be some. Yeah, some of it. That's what I heard.
That's what you heard.
I heard about that. And then they got some paid stuff on there. That's what I heard. That somebody told me. I'm just saying. You
heard an awful lot.
They got a membership.
But somebody who don't discuss porn, you heard an awful lot about this Pornhub.
I don't know. I heard about that though. I heard about that company.
So pornography has evolved over time. It's so much more realistic. And right now they actually do little skits and they do things to make it more like a production, a movie. It's tasteful. It's respectful in a sense. Do you agree with that? I mean, do you think porn is just porn? Is porn? Some porn is just nasty and distasteful, and some is just really classy porn.
That goes back into fetishes, I would assume. So, I think they're like different genres of anything that's out there. But I don't know. I don't know how to how you want to look at the subject. I don't know. It's fetishes. It's different. It is categories.
It is different categories of porn. I definitely think the porn industry has evolved where not everybody is recording themselves in a back dingy hotel room, paying a girl $100, just to get their rocks off. They're actually putting some money behind. It's a production. They putting money behind it.
Well, no, I will say this. if you ever looked at an old timey porn, it was storyline to it. Most of it. They used to have like you would go into a.
It's some bad acting. I know
that's
that.
some acting, and it was people. They were trying. It was the beginning of the industry, and they even got shows out there on HBO and Showtime about the industry, and they would actually try and break into the acting through that industry. Those are field actors or actors that was trying to get on screen. So.
So they use porn as a gateway.
That's what they was trying to do. Yeah, some of them did. There's one or two of them that done it, and
who?
I forgot. You can look it up.
There's actually people now who are well-known actors and actresses.
They were well-known
who
actors.
were porn stars.
That right back in the day.
I gotta look that up.
And then but nowadays you look at the stuff, it goes straight into a sex scene or.
That's how I like it. I ain't got time for all that bad acting and pretending like you don't know what I'm here for, especially when you half naked. How do you just meet people on the street? People do be on the street half naked, but I'm just saying, and then just had this conversation, and then just unzip their pants. Just get to the nitty gritty. So before we go on to the anonymous T, do you think pornography objectifies women?
Yes.
So if it's objectifying to women, then why is it so popular with women?
Because women are hypocrites.
Well, damn. Honestly, I mean,
just like men are.
Yeah.
Just like human nature, they're hypocrites. And let me say this: everybody has put like this. Sex is a private thing, so a lot of people don't just get up. They may do all kind of stuff at home, but they don't. They're gonna get around their wives or not wives, but they're gonna get around. Excuse me. They're gonna get around their girlfriends,
right,
or their homeboys, or their good friends at work or whatever. And if they talking stuff, they're like, nah, I would never do that, or I would never. You let him talk to you like that. You let her say that, or whatever it is they do. People say a whole bunch of stuff, but they do the exact opposite when they around the person who they're with.
True.
So, and then
I think
to
women,
me, it's a private act. I mean, it's something like I don't need everybody knowing my business.
And as women, we have choices. We make choices, and even though a lot of people do feel that women are being objectified in the pornography industry, they are. I agree.
There are women out there that would say that's disgusting or this and that, but then at home they videoing themselves with their husband. I'm just saying. That's what goes on. So,
and ladies, please stop doing that. Stop being the focal point of the camera with your mouth on the penis and you doing the tricks. And then when y'all break up, he released the video and make you look crazy. Let him show his face. Let him show his face between your legs. Let him be objectified for once, because it just seems like it's always the women who allow themselves. We talked about this on a podcast with Yasha and Pat. Where we were talking about Black China, who was giving oral, and the girl from Love and Hip Hop, I can't think of her name, who's to date Ray J, I can't remember her name, boyfriend, she was doing all kind of sexual stuff. Kim Kardashian, even though it was a come up for her, those days are over. Those Kim Kardashian come up days are over. So stop doing these videos with these men with you as the focal point, doing all these sexual things. It's just ridiculous. I mean, all that stuff is private. You should not be doing those type of things with anybody unless it's your husband. And even when it's your husband, delete the footage. Y'all watch it, y'all laugh, y'all critique, find ways to make it better, then delete the footage, okay? There's no reason for you to keep footage of yourself having sex in your home. There's no reason. No reason. You don't agree?
I'm not gonna say I agree with you what you said, but I'm gonna say this. I think women like being the focal point of the footage. They like seeing it, and that's what I'm saying. So I think that's why they are doing it.
I can't dispute that, because some of them want that type of attention.
They think they like.
And you got the people like Safari who drop dick pics when his album get ready to come out. Now everybody want to buy his album and want a piece of him, and now he feel like he has to absolve himself of sexual conduct until he get married, because he just feels overwhelmed with all this attention he's getting because he showed up out of his penis.
Yeah.
go to the anonymous T. He was joking. I thought this was going to be a serious conversation about pornography. Hopefully you were able to learn something from this. I mean, we talked about communication, how it affects the relationship, whether it helps the relationships or does not help the relationship.
It is a serious topic.
It is addiction.
But let me tell you, I'm gonna let you go to the numbers, Steve, so we can move this along. But I will tell you why it's jokingly to me, because I do believe it's a private act. I believe it can be harmful, so I don't want to just promote using pornography. And I'm not promoting. And I want, because it's more people, it do damage to their lives than it helps them. So it's kind of hard saying how do you introduce something like that to them. People have things that they're addicted to, and like you said, sex is a big thing, and sex can be damaging where people can't function, or people have to watch it, or and they go from one thing to the next to where they in the back alleys at a
right,
some little place doing stuff,
that's unsafe,
right? So I'm just not, when I don't feel comfortable, I may joke about it when I don't feel comfortable about something like that.
Now you guys know what I deal with.
Anyway,
okay, been in a relationship for 3 years now. After a year in the relationship, the intimacy started to lack on his part. I came across one day on his iPad that he was watching porn. I knew he watched it when we started dating, and as we both talked about it. I confronted him a while back, and he admitted and said he had no idea why he does it, and he would try his best to not do it. And we both talked and had a good conversation and set some boundaries. Since then, he has still continued to watch porn here and there, but now when I ask him, he is lying and said he doesn't do it. And I know he does. Now, my problem is not that he watches it. It's more that he won't be sexually active with me for a week or two, but will watch porn to self-pleasure. I will have a problem with that too, girl. I even told him in the past that I am willing to watch with him or have us role play some of the porn fantasy. Nothing crazy though. I'm always turned on by him, so lack in sex for me is not an issue. The other thing he does is through the day he does a lot of sexual talk and naughty sexual touching. Gets me all turned on through the day, but once night comes, he doesn't do anything, but yet when I am not around him, he watches porn. Not sure of why or how, honestly, but I'm a bit puzzled with this. This is confusing. And any suggestions? Yes, and I have talked to him more times about this problem. Thanks. So what do you think?
It sounds like he's waiting on you to do all the stuff. If he's sitting there watching porn, he's looking at some woman be aggressive or that's coming. He's waiting on her. They waiting on each other. So she's looking. Does she want to do it? No.
She said she's willing to role play some of the stuff with him, but he won't take her up on it.
It ain't about role play. It's about reality.
Porn is not reality.
He wants. Well, it's about reality in the fact that that's what he's looking for. She's looking for him to be the aggressor, to touch me, to come after me, to chase me, which is the norm for most men to do that. But he may be looking for her to be the one to come at him and touch him and pursue him.
He does. Whatever. She just, if you listen to me, she said, which I love the fact that he makes love to her mind all day, and he gets her
talk. But
it does, and that's what we need. And then he gets her going, so she comes home thinking she finna get something. She try to go for it. He didn't already watch porn.
Well,
I think this is a big issue.
Too late.
Why is it her fault?
I'm not saying something. I'm joking right there. But what I'm saying is this. This is why I don't want to promote how I said earlier, because he could have an issue. He can have a problem.
He does have a problem.
And there you go. Where
I think this little habit
he's more comfortable with his hand than he is with her.
I think this issue, this something that he has been doing since before he met you, has now become a really huge issue. It's an addiction. This is a porn addiction, and I think in order to get past it, I think some therapy is needed. But first of all, he has to admit that there is an addiction, that he wants to change some things. Because first of all, he can't expect you to be these people that he needs for you to be in order for him to get off. That's just unrealistic.
I don't think
it is. I'm just saying, if that's the case, that is so unrealistic and it's so unfair. And I think you've been more than willing and open and wanting to be a part of this journey with him, watching it with him, role playing with him, being a part of this fantasy, and he has yet to include you. So this is a selfish need thing for him that he needs in order to get himself off. And you can't do anything about this. No matter how much cat cooch, okay, you throw at him, it's not gonna make a difference because he needs something more. And whatever, and you can't. So don't feel insecure about yourself. Don't judge him. Don't attack him. But try to get him to say that this is a problem and he needs therapy to work his way through it, to work you back into his life sexually, where you both.
He may not think it's a problem, so let's not.
Well, that's the thing. He's not.
That's not going to be an easy thing to do. So, it would require more, like you said, more conversation and just say, hey, find out. She's asking us the question. What she should be doing is asking him the question. What can I do?
She has.
Well, how do we fit this in? How do we make this, where it's not necessary, or how do we work this into our lives where
it's hard, especially if one person is addicted. And this is clearly the way I haven't heard his side of the story, but the way she describes it, this is an addiction for him.
So why don't you do this? Why don't you do this, young woman that sent the anonymous tea? Why don't you? While he's watching it,
because he's lying about it now.
While he's watching, if he's watching it, why don't you? Yeah, you get the, how you want to say, getting on him, getting. You get it. You get on him. Or get with him while he's watching.
How about
doing that?
How about when he come home from work, you sit in the bed in your best lingerie with porn up on the screen, you laying in the bed, you got everything all romantical and stuff, and you just ready to just fulfill one of the fantasies that you feel comfortable with fulfilling, and just bring him into the room.
It may not be his genre.
See, you can't win, girl. He got issues. He got issues. I'm sorry. And this is not funny. I'm not making light of this because this is a serious issue with a lot of people who get so desensitized to the person that they're with because they're so addicted to porn. Why a man would prefer a hand over a warm, soft, wet place of comfort. I would never understand.
So I would say this. And this is one thing women need to understand, because they used to a lot of young guys are just, when guys are young, they just full of testosterone and they ready to roll. They just ready to go like a rabbit. They just ready to go. What y'all don't realize is that our brain stimulates everything. So our brain is just like y'all gotta get mentally turned on. So do we in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? And whatever it is, he's found his own little happy place.
Yeah, but you know what? That's not fair to her.
It's not.
That happy place should be room in that happy place for both of you. I definitely think some therapy is needed.
It's the same way y'all women with these toys. But
okay, if you want to be involved with the toys, be involved with the toys. But y'all not gonna like what we want to do with them toys.
I'm just saying that's the same way. Some women don't ever need a man.
I've never known a woman being addicted to a sex toy and not wanting to have sex with her man. But I don't know that for sure. So I would do some research and we'll talk about that next week, because I have never heard of that ever. And if you have, hit me up at twithmonroe@gmail.com. Inbox me at Monroe Bishop. You catch me on Twitter. At T with Monroe. Where else? Facebook at T with Monroe. I think I have on my Facebook page. On my Facebook page, you can reach me, Monroe Bishop, on all social media platforms, and let me know if you know some woman who is addicted to sex toys so much that she can't give her man some pleasure. I want to find out who this woman is, and I want to
She
talk
give
to
a
her.
man pleasure, but she ain't gonna really want pleasure from a man.
Well, I want to know who that
If
is.
she
Where
got a
you
man,
rather have you can.
And most of the time, she probably ain't gonna have no man because she don't need one.
Well, then that's not a
because
problem.
she got.
It's not a problem then. If
she
you
got-
single, if you single with your sex toys, what's the problem? If you in a relationship, that's something different. So if you know somebody who's addicted, a woman who's addicted to sex toys and having an issue in her sexual relationship with her husband, her boyfriend, or whoever, let me know because I want to talk to her. Okay. In the meantime, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode. This is episode 59, I think. 59. If it's not, I'll correct that. But right now, I think it's 59. We talked about pornography. And if you want to be a part of this conversation, hashtag TWM podcast on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And we can have a conversation about pornography or anything that we've talked about related to pornography. You can email me at twithmonroe@gmail.com. Like I said before, where I definitely answer your questions. I do a quick turnaround. I get back to you as soon as possible. In the meantime, keep watching me on YouTube, and you will find on YouTube, find my links to my podcast down below. Also, subscribe and hit that bell to get notifications when the podcast comes up. And for those of you who enjoy listening more than watching, you can catch me on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, and SoundCloud. I'm on all those platforms. So, yeah, definitely check me out. All right. And we're out. You out, honey? You going to say goodnight?
Good night.
Good night. Let's go watch some porn.
Hey, y'all, I got a great new album in the mail today.
Onyx Communications and Hey Love Productions proud to present Hey Love, the classic sounds of sexy soul. The moment.
I appreciate everyone who is listening